Good evening, and thank you for joining me. Many of you watching right now know me. Many of you are my friends. Many of you work for me. Many of you have supported me in the past or cheered me on, or even slept with me.
What do I think? I can't wait to start smoking again. I need to light some restaurants on. Officer, I needed the money, so I had to go rob that bank. Please stop this shameless behavior.
If by any chance you haven't seen or heard the Tiger Woods apology, you can check out the links in the sidebar. You can see the full video and the speech that he carried out this morning at 9 a.m. or at 11 a.m. depending on your region. Now the best way to sum it up is to tell you that he's a complete douchebag throughout the whole ordeal, and really this whole thing showed us that Tiger Woods just simply spoke the obvious and everything that we were thinking. You know, the whole ordeal about Ellen not beating him, and apparently she went there to help, when in fact we all know that nobody goes to help and destroys your entire car in the process of doing so. And you can clearly tell that the whole thing was aimed at kissing ass for the sponsors who either dropped him or for new sponsors that want to support him. Believe me, if you or I were in the same spot as Tiger Woods, we wouldn't give a shit about what a person like us thought. We care about the person who pays us every single day. And don't even get me started on Ellen. I mean, you know, look at Hillary Clinton. She was there to support Bill even though he was addressing the nation and telling everyone that he cheated on her publicly. And I mean, that whole BS about blaming Ellen, nobody's blaming Ellen, Tiger Woods. We're all blaming you because you're the one who cheated on Ellen. Ellen came out of the house and she clearly had rage over what had happened, mainly rage towards you. That's why she went to your car and destroyed all the windows. You just hit a tree. Let me help you out by smashing all the windows in the car that were not affected from the accident. In any case, I really don't care. I didn't really care about Tiger Woods in the past, and I still don't right now. His personal life is whatever he wants to make of it, and that's the end of that. And it's really a waste of public television to keep on talking about the whole story over and over again. Like, really, can we just make the whole story go away? Like, please, why won't you just go away, Tiger Woods? Nobody gives a shit. Just fucking pack your shit and get out of people's lives. I don't want to see Tiger Woods' face all over the fucking news anymore, or I'm gonna go berserk. So please, Tiger Woods, just go away. Nobody likes you. Finally, no more Tiger Woods. And now let's move on to a real story coming in from Colombia, where a woman was pronounced dead from multiple sclerosis, and then when they took her to the funeral home to start putting in the liquids to kind of preserve the woman, and they started doing the whole thing for the funeral, the woman started moving her arms and legs, so she clearly wasn't dead, or she came back from the dead. Now apparently what happened was that her heart rate dropped so low that it was undetectable by instruments, therefore doctors pronounced her dead, when in fact she was still alive. Now that's some freaky shit. And now moving on to international news coming in from Rome, we have a myth that I've often heard in the past, but has now been confirmed. Earlier this week, a 77-year-old chef that appears on daytime TV giving food tips and advice of his own added in a little treat that shocked a lot of people. Apparently, the master chef talked about a delicate Tuscany cuisine which involved cat stew, which he's enjoyed many times. That's right, we're talking about a real cat. You know, the one that sometimes people have as pets. Now, he's a chef, so he's gonna tell you how to actually make this cat stew. He can't just tell you to eat cat stew like you would a chocolate bar, so he went on to give you the details and how you catch a cat, how you kill it, how you skin the cat, and then you also have to let it run over a stream of water for 3 days until the skin turns nice and white, and then you can make your stew. Now obviously the cast was completely shocked and embarrassed by the whole thing because he kept on calling it a Tuscany cuisine. And now if you're still interested in seeing him talk about this cat stew, you can check out the full video of him talking about it by pressing a little bubble around here somewhere. And now you know I've got to ask, if you were given the choice of enjoying a Tuscan delicacy, would you eat cat stew? You can leave your preference down below. Now personally I would pass, simply because I'm not into delicacies. And if you guys want to know, my dad is the one that told me about some Italian people enjoying cats, simply because they had an Italian visitor one time who stayed with them, and they had all these stray cats around the neighborhood, and he would often cook for them, and once he left, all those stray cats somehow disappeared. So that's my experience with the whole thing. Again, I'm not saying that it's true, but that's what he told me. Oh, and speaking of which, your previous questions for Psychic Andrew are currently being answered one by one. I'm working slowly on answering as many as I can, but I can tell you right now that I'm gonna be definitely wrong for most of them. Please, Tiger, just leave us alone, you stupid, dumb bastard.
I am truly sorry for what I have done, because I am a programmed robot zombie. Over and out.
If you guys have anything that you want to find out about your future, be sure to leave your comments down below with your question for me.